The $58,000 800 level finally got hit that we've been talking about since Monday. Here you can see that $800,000 finally got hit yesterday that we've been talking about. Since we were ranging here on the 9th of September, we were keeping an eye on this level for potential bounce, and it looked like it wanted to bounce over here, and that was the 1-to-1 extension. When you take a fib extension from the high to the low to the high, there was a 1-to-1 fib extension over here, and we did get nice little upwards momentum, started creating some local bearish CVD, and then when the CPI data came out, we took this little dump here to the downside, where I told everyone, including our legends in the Discord community, first link down in the description if you'd like to join, this is where I'm looking for a long over here, and that is exactly where we got the bounce here to the upside, with just over a 5% move here to the upside. So now, as per the thumbnail, we have massive resistance lying above the price of Bitcoin. Let's go and zoom into the daily time frame and talk about those high probable resistance areas that needs to be broken for bullish momentum to continue here to the upside. Or are we going to reject at those resistance levels, and then we'll identify what are the next support levels that has to hold for bullish momentum to continue to the upside. Remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me, down in the description of this video, I've got Bybit here under exchanges with that amazing $500 USDT airdrop position when you sign up with the link below. And you can go and trade any of these coins using that $500 USDT airdrop. So go sign up now to benefit from this amazing deal here under the Bybit link under exchanges down in the description. Also, another thing I want to point out is I have started a new Instagram account specifically geared towards the trading world. So it's still very fresh and new. I've only uploaded one reel so far, but there will be constant content flowing into my Instagram account, where I'll also be sharing a little bit about my personal life, some of the goals that I have, and how I'm going to go about achieving those goals. So go down in the video description, go follow me on Instagram, where you'll see a little bit of a personal side of me as well. Let's go and analyze the price of Bitcoin together. Looking at Bitcoin here on the daily time frame, the one thing, we have to acknowledge is that we are still making lower highs, and lower lows, as we have been inside of this range since March this year. So a multi-month range that is just boring the crap out of most traders from an investment perspective, hoping for higher levels, where some investors are calling for lower levels. But what are the probabilities of this structure either going to the upside or falling here further to the downside? So looking at this structure, let's just keep it very simple over here. You can see what you would like to see inside of this structure is a local market structure change. And what do I mean by a local market structure change? You can see that we have formed a high over here. We made the low, but then we made a lower high over here. We attempted over here to make a higher low, so we almost broke the high. We made a higher low, and what you would like to see is a higher high form, which failed. Again, we fell back down. You make the higher low, right? Now you make higher high over here compared to this high, and then we rolled over and we fell back down again. But what is also significant about this structure over here, you can see although we made a high, a higher low, a higher high, and we fell back down, we did stop over here. And this is where the bulls got a little bit excited, is to say that, well, perhaps this is an impulse here to the upside. This is a correction where you're going to make a higher low compared to this high over here, and we wanted this structure to take us to a higher high over here, which failed miserably here to the downside. So we got the higher low over here, we failed, and then we took the low once again. Now, this is the same scenario that is now playing out inside of this structure. So let's just take the scribble here out the way. What now needs to happen here on the price of Bitcoin? Looking at this structure, very similar to what we've already seen. We have a low, we have create a higher low, and we have higher highs over here. And then price took this low here at the moment, but this can still be considered a higher low looking at this entire structure for more momentum here to the upside, where we now have to claim this high again. So you want to see local market structure change. We have created, which looks like bullish continuation here to the upside. We came back for a retest, and obviously this is the level that needs to hold for the bulls to still have a chance for upwards momentum to at least come and claim the high here by $65,000. And potentially, if we do not roll over before then, if we make a lower high over here, we do increase the probabilities of coming to take this low once again. So from a market structure or proof of support perspective, what you would like to see is an impulse, a correction. You want to see this impulse take the high, where you're starting to change market structure, a higher high. Then if price comes back down, you want to see another higher low form over here. And then there is a chance to come and take these highs and potentially go and claim the all-time high once again. So for the bulls, very critical to see how the structure is going to play out. Are we going to come and claim the high at $65,000, right? Does Bitcoin have enough steam and gas here in the tank? Because at the moment we are facing a wall of resistance as per the thumbnail. If I go and zoom out over here, looking at this entire structure, and I start switching on some analysis just to make sense of where are the biggest levels of resistance above, and I switch on the VRVP, I take a session volume profile, just switch on the VRVP over here, you can see where the resistance is at the moment. So now again, looking at this entire structure, you can see with this low that we formed over here, we had a perfect bounce on the value area high of 2021 bull market. This was the value area high that we broke through. Nice little breakout, and it's only natural to come back for a retest, okay, because you've now left that range. Here's the top of the range, here's the point of control of that range, and here at the bottom at $31,000 we have the bottom of the range. And probabilities always increase that if you find acceptance back below a certain range, you are going to come and fill the entire range up until the bottom of the range at $31,000. So for the bulls, this is this level that you need to hold, okay, for bullish momentum to continue to the upside. So this higher low that we formed over here is quite critical from a bullish perspective that needs to hold, because if price is going to fall down here and we get acceptance back inside the $49,000 area, we could be going down as low as $39,000, where we have the point of control of the entire range of the previous bull cycle during 2021. So now looking at this range over here, okay, we've been trading inside this range since March, and now we have lost. We've been struggling to get back inside this range. Okay, you try to break through, you fail. You try to break through, you fail. But at least we have a higher low over here. So the biggest wall of resistance here at the moment, and you can also see how this line has acted as support, support. Okay, you had a deviation, but you reclaimed the level. You've lost it. You've tried to break through, so it became resistance. And at the moment, this wall of resistance is still resistance at the moment until proven otherwise. So there is definitely a possibility that Bitcoin can attempt to break through here. It fails, it leaves wicks behind, okay, and you go and you get downwards momentum again and potentially claiming this low and getting acceptance back inside this range of $49,300, where we could potentially go down as low as $38,900, okay? So for bullish momentum to continue, what the bulls would like to see over here is we need to break through here with high volume, high green volume needs to start kicking in here to support the move here to the upside, where you want to flip this area into support for continuation here to the upside. We also have some high volume nodes here inside of this range that can definitely also provide resistance. But for now, let's just focus on what needs to happen over here. So at around $59,000 to $60,000, this is the tough nut that Bitcoin needs to crack to confirm bullish momentum here to the upside in the short term. Once we've cracked through this level, then we can go and analyze, well, what is now the highest probable scenarios over here. If Bitcoin fails inside of this zone, I will now show you on the more local time frames what is the levels inside of this little range here that needs to hold. If we do get a rejection obviously you want to see yet again another higher low form over here for potentially another attempt to break through here. So maybe Bitcoin won't have the strength to break through on the first attempt, but perhaps, okay, strength will build up. Maybe we fail, we get a rejection. What you would like to see is a higher low form over here. You do not want to let us take this low again for another attempt to break back inside the range, where once you are back inside the range, you do increase the probabilities of coming back to the top of the range at $71,000. So now let's go and analyze Bitcoin here on the smaller time frames. Looking at Bitcoin here on the 1 hour time frame, let's just focus. I want to focus on this structure over here. But before I get here, I just want to highlight that here's that low. Okay, we have made the highs over here at $65,000, and here is that massive wall of resistance that we now need to break. Around about $59,000 to $60,000, which is also the value area low of March. And also when I start switching on some levels that I've got marked out, you will also see there's a weekly naked point of control in this zone. It's the value area low of the entire range. And inside there's also an untapped daily level. So quite a strong wall of resistance that Bitcoin needs to break through over here. Okay, so now let's go and focus on this structure over here. So now looking at Bitcoin here on the 15-minute time frame, I can clearly count a 1, 2, 3, 4. And the question is the fifth wave finished where we're going to get the rejection here? Okay, what you would like to see, if this is a 5-wave structure here to the upside, impulsive 5-wave structure, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will most likely see a rejection in this area, which will then complete the 5 impulsive waves here to the upside, where you can then see a deeper ABC correction to the downside. What you do not want to see is that if we do get a rejection over here, you want to see a higher low form over here compared to this high, because this is the impulse, this is the correction, and it can go as deep as the 0.786 level. So if I hypothetically take a fib here to where potentially the price is going to end, what you would like to see for the retracement over here is that we find support by the 382, 50%, 618, and the 0.786 as a maximum target. If Bitcoin can find the strength, okay, and perhaps reject in this zone, and it comes back for a retracement, you do not want us to lose $54,000 as a maximum retracement level to confirm that bullish momentum can still continue here to the upside. But if Bitcoin rejects in this zone over here, it breaks the 786 level, and we start tapping the 0.88 level here at $53,000, 352. We do increase the probabilities of coming to take this low and even go down to lower levels. So in essence, the analysis here is actually quite simple. Also, when I switch on my trend lines, okay, you want to see the momentum continue here to the upside. Okay, so there was a nice little breakout here to the upside. I also spoke about this breakout yesterday during my live stream while price was still trading here, informing the legends, okay, I do not see any weakness. It looks like the price wants to continue to the upside, and now we have claimed the highs over here, and this is where Bitcoin is currently consolidating, either building up that bull flag for continuation here to the upside, and if Bitcoin does make a deeper retracement here to the downside, I will consider an SFP from the local lows over here. If Bitcoin falls down, it gets acceptance back above, that would potentially be where I will be looking for longs. And if Bitcoin continues the momentum here to the upside, this is the zone where I will potentially be looking for shorts. Like I've been looking for longs in this zone that I've been talking about the whole week, I will be looking for shorts in this zone. I need to see the price slow down. I need to see some bearish CVD to confirm that we could potentially get a rejection in this area, because there's always that possibility that price smashes through here. You see an increase in green volume, and there will be no shorts taken from my side. Thank you so much for watching. Quite a lengthy update here from my side today. Hope you've enjoyed the alpha. Smash up the like, hit subscribe for future notifications, and like I've mentioned, if you'd like more detailed trading analysis, go down in the description, select the first link to join our Legends Trading community. Until the next one, cheers for now.